Oymyakon, the coldest place on Earth. Oymyakon is home to roughly 500 individuals, although to be honest, surviving there is much more important than just living. Because the water would freeze in the pipes, the homes lack plumbing. Therefore, bathrooms are just holes with a roof and a door over them. Oymyakon is a town in Russia's Siberia. The 1920s saw the beginning of the settlement. Because reindeer herders used the thermal spring to hydrate their animals, the settlement was given the name Oymyakon, which means water that doesn't freeze. In the winter, the average temperature is -40 degrees Fahrenheit. The record low was observed in 1923 when temperatures fell to -96. There are only 3 warmer months with temperatures averaging 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The community has a heating facility where coal is continuously burned to heat water that is then circulated throughout the village's plumbing. When outside, they have to keep their car's engine running all the time even when refilling at the gas station. If not, the gasoline would freeze in a matter of seconds, making it impossible for the car to start again. Children there are required to attend school each day. Their diet consists primarily on meat because no vegetables can be cultivated on the permanently frozen ground unless temperatures drop below -58 degrees Fahrenheit. The predominant foods consumed by the locals are fish and meat from reindeers, Arctic hares, and horses. Deer milk is the only food supply for calcium and many other essential elements, which keeps the locals healthy. Grave digging takes a long time because of permafrost. It can take up to 3 days to dig the grave. The snow is heated by the heat from burning hot coals. The grave is then created, and the casket is buried there. To defrost the ground, they first set it on fire. Then, they dig down till they reach the hip permafrost once more, and they repeat. The act of excavating a burial can take several days. There is no mobile phone service, but this is primarily because no one has developed a mobile phone that can function in such a chilly environment. Despite the fact that it is the coldest town and most likely the toughest to live in, it is still the most beautiful terrain on the planet. Oymyakon tops a list that also includes other northern Russian regions, Greenland, Alaska, Sweden, Finland, and Canada as the world's coldest inhabited settlement. The temperature drops to -50 degrees. This is the coldest inhabited place on Earth, which is in the Siberian tundra village of Oymyakon. Even though the average wintertime temperature is only -50 degrees Celsius here, temperatures have been known to drop as low as -72 degrees Celsius. The houses become covered with frost since it is so cold. The warmer air within the home escapes and forms puffs of ice on the outside of the building. And there aren't many options for people in terms of modes of transportation. The Soviet-era Wazak vans are the most favored due to their ability to withstand the cold. Even these frequently have industrial-size heating vents in the passenger area. There is a heating facility that serves the entire town as well as the cars. While most communities aim to keep thermal plants away from homes, one community makes sure that the heating plant is always operational. When the locals say that the winter is coming, they can really relate it to the White Walkers. Also, the monuments honoring World War II in Yakutsk Park resemble the ice humans from Game of Thrones. The locals don't appear all that different either, despite wearing several layers of clothing. Life goes on even in the lowest temperatures since the inhabitants are used to this weather. While schools in the hotter countries would shut down at the slightest drop in temperature, it is much different here. Despite the difficulties, people would still report to work and wouldn't complain. And all this happens even when life here can give you a cold feet, quite literally. In order to avoid getting frostbite in the town in the tundra region of Siberia, you must always wear winter boots and several layers of clothing. But if you avoid visiting this place during the seasonally warmer months, all of this can be avoided. Yes, even though the winters may be extremely chilly, the summers are tolerable. In reality, the ideal time to visit Oymyakon is from June to July. Sunlight is abundant, and winter activities like skiing, ice skating, and dog sledding can be enjoyed in weather that allows for outdoor human existence.